When it comes to racing dirt bikes at an elite level, if you're not gate dropping by age 5, you're already incredibly behind the curve. By 10, kids are hitting triples and rhythm sections most adults wouldn't dare touch. It's a sport so technical and so dangerous that starting late usually means you never catch up. But Jeremy McGrath? Talk about an outlier and an underdog. He didn't race a dirt bike until almost 15 and then went on to become known as Showtime, the king of Supercross. Jeremy didn't start on dirt bikes, he started on BMX. From ages 9 to 14, he was traveling the country, racing on a factory BMX team, racking up about 100 trophies and winning nearly 10 races a week. He literally began as a BMX hotshot, winning ABA Gold Cups and even dominating expert classes, despite never really thinking much about motocross. He got his first brand new dirt bike, a Yamaha YZ80, as a 14-year-old birthday present. It was supposed to be a fun bonus. Instead, it kicked off a motocross revolution. At his first race at Paris Raceway, he smoked the field. His BMX skills, pumping landings and smooth throttle control, translated into flowing rhythm on a bike with an engine. Imagine this: Jeremy McGrath racing amateurs with no factory backing, no paid bikes, no travel budget, not even a tire discount. He was that kid making waves, but not money waves. His success during those early years came straight from hustle and a do-it-yourself approach. Fast forward a few years. Jeremy had been racing motocross for a much shorter time than the riders like he was up against. At Loretta Lynn's, he placed around an impressive 3rd overall in the 125A. He wasn't winning, but he was cutting through expectations, racing elite up-and-comers like Steve Lamson and Jeff Amig. As he puts it, I was at Loretta's after just over a year on a dirt bike. I just moved up from 80s. People had been at it way longer than me. After Jeremy went pro, he started to worry he wouldn't be able to support his racing any longer from a financial perspective. As he told Kickin' the Tires, Raceway Honda, a local shop by my school, offered me a lifeline. I even worked there after school, that's right. He was hauling oil rags and sweeping floors in exchange for money to get a shot at a ride. An impressive showing at the Seattle Supercross, where he earned a 2nd place without a factory ride, gave him confidence that he belonged. But on the ride home, disaster struck. A car accident led to his bike getting damaged, and he didn't have a way to pay to fix it. Jeremy was able to work with Kawasaki for some time, but it wasn't proving to be the deal he had hoped for. That's where the lightning struck. Honda called, specifically one of Jeremy's heroes, Rick Johnson, was on the phone, and offered him a factory contract, slotting him onto the Peak Pro Circuit Honda Satellite team for 1991. That was his door to becoming truly competitive at the pro level. In motocross, early sponsorship isn't just nice, it's practically your oxygen. It means you get better bikes, real tracking, mechanics, testing time, and visibility. Going it alone, you're hauling parts in a trailer, hoping nobody crashes and blows your carb mid-heat. For McGrath, the lack of backing forced him to build strength, resilience, and self-reliance. Every win or near miss was earned through grit, not marketing teams. And that made his subsequent factory leap not just an upgrade, it was vindication. Once he landed on Honda in 1991, things changed fast. He won the 125 West Supercross title. In 1992, he defended it. Those wins cemented his position, and finally the sponsorship dollars matched the talent. Think of it like this: he didn't get a head start, he built his own. And when he finally got pro-level support, he was ready to sprint. Here's where the story gets really interesting and makes Jeremy a standout athlete in the pro Supercross space. McGrath's BMX background wasn't just a footnote, it defined him. His knack for pumping after jumps, his low, speed-carrying style, those effortless manuals. It was BMX DNA. He rode smoother, faster, like he was gliding through rhythm sections. That style wasn't just efficient, it was art. Fans and riders alike noticed. Jeff Stanton, a dominant factory teammate, was perplexed by how effortlessly McGrath soared away midair. A rider couldn't help but say, he brought the BMX flow to Supercross in a way nobody had before. In 1991 and 1992, riding for Honda, Jeremy captured back-to-back 125 West Supercross titles. Then came 1993, stepping into the 250 class rookie year. 10 main event wins, 1 championship, and a new title, the King. And then he rocked the sport with a knack-knack, a trick straight from BMX freestyle. He didn't do it for points, he did it because it felt right. And suddenly, Supercross had flair. Kids copied it, and a new level of personality and showmanship was added to the circuit. McGrath's charisma didn't just get him TV spots and toy lines, it rewired what Supercross looked like. Up until then, riders were warriors in mud-stained gear, heads down, all business, and all blending together with a just few outliers. Jeremy showed up with bright Fox kits, custom colorways, frosted and spiked hair, and that laid-back SoCal attitude, and suddenly the sport had swagger. He didn't just ride the bike, he performed on it. Combine that with higher exposure, and the sport began to explode. The knack-knack is the perfect example. It didn't save him time, it didn't win him points. It was a freestyle trick tossed into the middle of a championship race just because it looked cool. And when fans lost their minds, McGrath proved something huge. Style matters. That rebel streak, racing how he wanted, dressing how he wanted, showed riders they could have personality. They could build a brand, and they could be bigger than their gate drops. Before McGrath, Supercross was racing. After McGrath, Supercross was racing and entertainment. He cracked the door open to the mainstream, and in doing so, he handed every rider who came after him a blueprint. Don't just win races, win the crowd and build longevity in the sport. But being underdog royalty doesn't mean smooth sailing. McGrath's relationship with Honda fractured. He wanted instincts and flexibility. Honda wanted control and data. So he did the unthinkable. Walked away in 1997 to Suzuki. Everyone gasped. This was the team that built McGrath's legend. Was he throwing his crown away? Instead, he doubled down. When it turned out that Suzuki wasn't a great fit, he joined Chaparral Yamaha, beat everyone again, and stacked titles. His win in 2000 cemented his 7th crown. He wasn't just back, he was unstoppable. By the early 2000s, McGrath wasn't just a rider, he was a system. He ran McGrath Racing, blending privateer independence with top-tier performance. He rewrote the blueprint for rider-led teams. His swag, undeniable showmanship. His moves, marketing gold. His legacy, a generation of athletes with autonomy and style. Even amid corporate logos and studio lights, McGrath never lost that raw authenticity. Many fans recall how he blended star power with accessibility, saying, McGrath epitomized SoCal in the 90s. There were no real boos when he left Honda, just respect. Another reminds us how that first knack-knack changed everything. He debuted it and the place went nuts. It's the birth of FMX. So what's the moral in the King of Supercross's story? Jeremy McGrath wasn't groomed. He almost started too late. He was overlooked and struggled to get the support he needed to reach the insane accomplishments we now know him for. Showtime, King of Supercross. These hard-earned nicknames wouldn't even be a thing without his grit to stick with it when no one but his family believed in him. BMX taught him to fly, but grit and authenticity paved the way for him to become immortal. He used his persistence and showmanship attitude to push and create opportunities to show just how undeniable he would become.